Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Paladins of Voltron, an unofficial podcast about the Netflix original series, Voltron Legendary Defender. Once again, I'm Jason, and here with me, once again, is Jeremy. Jeremy, how you doing?
How you doing? Good.
Good,
Sorry.
good. That's okay. So, here we are in episode 5, and instead of jumping right into episodes, we'll do that shortly here. In the next episode, there's actually been news.
There was a fair of toys.
Yeah, a fair of toys, right? And there, Netflix actually basically revealed that the season 3 is a go and will be here by the end of the year. So we've got all kinds of fun stuff to talk about.
Yep.
Just real quick off the top, I want to mention, feel free to provide any feedback you have. You can always go to povpodcast.com and you can comment on each of the posts for each show. You can email us at feedback@povpodcast.com, or you can always hit us up on Twitter. We, of course, are at POV_podcast. So I think where are we starting here? The toy news, right, Jeremy? Is that where we're going to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple of toys.
All right. So, there were a few things were announced. First of all, we have from the basic assortment. If you've been to the store recently, you've seen that they have like the, I don't know, 6-inch figures, maybe 6 or 7-inch.
Yeah.
They're going to have an assortment that has all the paladins. So we're getting all 5 paladins. The pictures they showed at Toy Fair, I guess they said they're going to work on the head sculpts a little bit because the head sculpts were a little off on some of them, which is good to know. Mm-hmm. I know that Pidge's glasses just looked really weird on her face. So
all the glasses, all the shields on the helmets looked kind of solid. They need to be transparent.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So they announced that we are also getting the Robeast from the Balmer episode, which I was pretty excited for. I'm a big fan of that design for that one. We are getting the Zarkon and Myzax. I guess it wasn't out already either. So. They also announced this really cool thing. They're actually doing what they're calling the Mega Lion with Pilot assortment, which is basically they're going to have the lions. These don't combine into Voltron, but they're going to have larger lions that actually have the figure of the paladin that you can sit inside the lion, which is really cool. Now, granted, they don't sit in their head like they're supposed to. They sit in their middle torso, but I mean, that was going to be pretty hard to do unless you're going to make
it's hard to mess with physics.
Yeah.
But it looks really good. I like that the seats kind of look transparent. That's got a good look to it, and they have the big lever that they're always pulling on to do whatever gimmick they need to do for the episode.
Oh,
that's in
cool.
there.
Yeah, that's neat. I hadn't seen that in there yet, so that's neat. But yeah, anyone who's familiar with say, I don't know, Transformers, little guys. I haven't lost a headmaster yet, but. You don't want to get too little with your figures because
these look like 3.5-inch G.I. Joe sized figures.
Yeah, so these are going to be some pretty massive lions, which is cool. And again, they don't really combine, but that's okay. Also announced there's actually going to be a die-cast assortment, which is going to be the Voltron that's already out with the 5 lines that actually combine to form Voltron. You've probably all seen them in stores by now. I don't even think they were they released yet when we were doing the first episodes?
I don't think they were. Maybe they were just coming out.
Right. So, and I saw all 5 lions one time in the store, and since then, all I see anymore is the black lion. So, you don't see them nearly as much. So, I don't think Playmates is catching up. But they're actually coming out with a die-cast version of the same set, scaled down. They're going to be smaller. I think Voltron...
So 8 inches tall.
Right. So half the size of Voltron now, I think, because I think he stands about 16, right?
Yeah.
So it's die-cast. I know it's pre-order online right now. You can go BBTS and stuff and get it. They're set at $99. So $100 will get you a die-cast 8-inch Voltron, which that sounds good to me. I like that. I might look into getting that because I don't know how easy it's going to be to find the other lions. So far, it's proven rather difficult.
I'd like to see some online reviews of this before I actually commit to it, but it might be the one to get just because 8 inches is a little bit easier to deal with, on your desk and whatnot, because I already have a big Devastator up there and it's taking up all my space.
Yeah, I didn't get Devastator. I have a couple combiners, as you can see right above my head there.
I have problems understanding him because he's the Japanese version.
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Yeah, funny.
Sorry.
See, that's what we needed. We needed that right there. So let's see. What else do we have? And they didn't, and they announced a couple, like I said, a couple more figures, like of the smaller sized figures that they have. Really, other than that, so I think we got more. I think more toys than we were expecting. So I hope that means that the first wave of stuff is doing really well.
Yeah, I mean, judging from the empty pegs, whenever I go to Target, that I think they are selling pretty well. I mean, I've even seen in the store they have the little the mask and sword that kids can get. The not really cosplay, but so they can dress up and and hit their friends with a sword.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they're doing more than just the lions.
Yeah, and only kids are getting those, I'm sure. No adults have those at all. I at no point thought, hey, I should buy that to wear on the show sometime. I did not think that, I swear. So, trying to think if there was any other. I think that pretty much covers the toy announcements.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be interested to see. I don't know. It's hard though because I don't know if we're going to be seeing the die-cast version online or in stores. So that might be a matter of whether or not that's something I just decided to go with off the cuff or something like that. So we'll see about that. And then the other thing at Toy Fair, which I think we'll talk about, is they pretty much said season 3, right?
Yeah, they announced season 3 is going to have 13 episodes in September of 2017. And they also revealed that the series has a 78 episode commitment from Netflix. So that's probably going to get a season 4, I guess.
Season 4, season 5, season 6.
I'm hoping with that commitment that they're going to be able to take their time and tell a complete story that they want to tell.
Oh my God. I think, considering how well they tell a story in 13 episodes for a full season, I think if you give them 6 or 7 seasons, I don't think they'll have a problem at all. And who knows, that could even get, well, I guess it depends. It depends on if, because, a lot of times shows like this, they have their story they want to tell. They know about how long it'll take. And, they'll just go from there. This might just be Netflix saying, well, we'll give you 78. And if we need another 2 seasons to get to 100 to tell the story, I'm sure we'll give it to you. So it'll be interesting to see how many episodes we actually get for this, but I'm happy to know that we're not even halfway through the story. So
I think Netflix is very happy with how it's performed.
Mm-hmm. And considering there are rumors of a possible computer generated Transformers on Netflix, that's kind of promising because if we can get this
anything to get it off Cartoon
I didn't
Network.
Understand the question I heard.
Sorry, that was
you, not me.
That was Alexa. That was me. It was indeed. Apparently, I need to turn her off right now.
Yeah, there's a little button you can push.
Yeah, I'm gonna push that here in a second. So, is there any other news or anything we wanted to cover?
No, I think that's the big things that came out of Toy Fair.
Yeah. So this has just been a little update. Again, if you guys want to send us some feedback, we'll be happy to read it and stuff. I mean, we've had people reach out to us on Twitter and say that they're enjoying listening to the show. I know that even though he hasn't really been keeping up with the series, my co-host on Povicacy, David, has been listening, so I really appreciate that, David. Tom Prosha the other day gave us some kind words, which was great. We're getting people who are listening from the Transmissions /Povicacy family, so I'm more than happy for that. So I'm glad.
I appreciate all 5 of our listeners.
Yes. Not 1, not 2, not 3. We have 5. So, all right. Well, I think that'll wrap up our little news special here. And next time you hear our voices, we will be talking about episode 5 of season 2. So, all right, Jeremy, I guess we'll talk next time.
All right.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.